So CBS 60 Minutes aired a segment attempting to make Americans feel sympathetic toward USAID employees who lost their job. It didn't really work for me, and I don't think that it'll work for you. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about CBS 60 Minutes trying and failing to make Americans feel sympathetic toward people who lost their jobs from USAID. Now, as you know, thousands of jobs were cut from this agency. The agency itself was completely folded. They're done. And this is due in part to Elon Musk's DOGE. And the segment, in my humble opinion, was not so much just about making you feel sympathetic toward the people who lost their jobs, but it was also to attack Elon and DOGE. How can this guy be in here doing whatever he wants to do? We didn't elect him. He's a real president, all this, that, and the third. Now, me personally, DOGE is one of my favorite agencies. They're one of my favorites. They want to say, oh, they only found $38 billion of waste, fraud, and abuse so far. That's 1% of our budget. Like $38 billion is nothing. Like the things that were done with $38 billion is nothing. Okay. Now, before we go any further, I want to show you some data right quick. Okay. Now, this is kind of what DOGE does. All right. They want to say, Elon, what's your personal information, rummaging through all your sensitive data. Now, as he says right here, if he wanted to do that, he could have done that over at PayPal because that was his company as well. Let's not forget about that. Now, this chart here lists people that are marked as alive in Social Security. So you see the age range 10 to 19, 44 million. That makes sense, right? Okay. Now, as we go up and up and up, numbers should go down. And you see it goes down from 70 to 79 to 80 to 89, right? From 33 million to about 15 million. 99, 6 million, but we see something kind of odd as we continue. How many people do you think are above 120 years old? Do you think we have 3.4 million people who are older than 120 in this country? How about 130? Do you think there are 3.9 million people in the USA between the ages of 130 and 139? Isn't the oldest person in the entire world 120 or something like that? I don't think anybody has ever existed, at least not in modern times, that is 130 years old. And look, 160, there are 1,000 people between 220 and 229 years old in Social Security. This is obviously not possible. Okay. These numbers really, once you get above, I would say 100, all of that is not possible. So why is that going on? These are the kind of things that DOGE uncovers. Okay. Now, this is the kind of thing that they uncovered that USAID was doing, trifling in foreign affairs. Let's watch.
Hello, friends. In my country, Cyprus, 2004, through USAID, USAID spent $60 million to influence the referendum that we had for reunification of the island. And through giving to people money for reunification activities and all this stuff. So I consider this to be foreign interference. So usually here in the parliament, we only have one enemy, Russia. So we need to pay attention to other countries as well. And we need to be careful not to just cancel elections when we don't like the result. For example, in Moldova, because we like the result, it was no investigation. And so these comments, I love you all. Hello.
So there we go. I mean, we're trifling in foreign affairs with USAID money. I mean, did you vote for that? I know I didn't vote for that. I'm the kind of guy that says, let foreign countries handle their own business. I'm not the kind of guy who says, let's spend taxpayer money to trifle in foreign affairs. Now, what's happening with DOGE is not anything new. Slick Willie, Bill Clinton, the former Democratic president, did the exact same thing. Now, this is a long interview. I'm not going to play the entire thing. I'm going to play the first piece of it so you understand exactly what's going on. Again, this is Bill Clinton in the early 1990s. Check it out.
First, I am ordering a reduction of the federal bureaucracy by at least 100,000 positions over the next 4 years. At least 10% of these cuts must come from senior management.
So again, there's more to it, but he's saying exactly the same thing that DOGE is talking about right now today. This was 1993. Okay, now I'm no mathematician, but that's 32 years ago, saying the exact same thing that Elon and Trump and you and I are saying right now. So what's the problem? I don't know. Now, before I get to 60 Minutes and their ridiculous piece, a word from our sponsor. Online data brokers will sell your information to scammers, hackers, and anyone that wants to use that information against you. Now, this includes your full name, your email address, your home address, health records, even your family's information is all out there for sale. I mean, look at what they found about me. That's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers sell my information, and they automatically submit opt-out requests on my behalf. Now, to clean all that up, not only helps me reduce spam, but it protects me from hackers who may want to access my bank accounts, my social media accounts, or maybe even the inside of my home. Now, I learned that the hard way back when I got swatted. It's 2019, I'm streaming as normal, and before I know it, I have not won that too. But 6 cops at my back door, guns drawn. They tell us, get outside, get on the ground. They go through the house, they come back very apologetic. I'm sorry, Mr. Logan, we got an anonymous tip that somebody was tied up and bleeding and we had to come check it out. Now, this was a false complaint, and I'm willing to bet whoever filed it got my address from an online data broker. You may be thinking, hey, ABL, I'm not a streamer, I'm not a YouTuber. How could this service protect me? Well, the reality is in 2025, everyone needs protection from online danger, including you. Aside from the very important data broker opt-out, Aura has identity theft protection, financial fraud protection, a password manager, an antivirus, and of course, a VPN, which allows you to access global content safely. All of what I mentioned is available with just one app at one good price. I value my privacy and I value yours. Visit aura.com/Anthony Logan through the link in the description to start your free 2-week trial today. And we're back. Let's hear the sob story from people who may have lost their jobs because USAID got shut down. Check it out.
People are really scared. I think that, 12 days ago, people knew where their next paycheck was coming from. They knew how they were going to pay for their kids' daycare, their medical bills, and then all gone overnight.
Let's pause for a minute. Didn't I see the severance package get posted on the internet? Didn't I see that get reported on by the mainstream media? What did they say? You're going to be paid up until September. Wasn't that the offer? Hey, you quit right now, you'll be paid completely, full benefits, full salary, everything up until September. So when you say, oh, we don't know where we're going to get our next meal and childcare. Nah, you got how many months to figure something out? And you guys are highly educated, very smart. You'll figure it out. I would say what you told us when they shut the coal mines down, learn the code, but you guys should already know that, right?
Since you got your degree and you know everything.
All gone overnight for Christina Dry and Adam Dubard, fired this month in the chaotic shutdown of foreign aid distributed by the U.S. Agency for International Development.
Now, look, people get fired every single day. They get laid off every single day. Is there ever a CBS 60 Minutes piece about them? And when people get fired, normally ain't no severance package, ain't no, oh, we're going to pay you for 6-8 months like you are still working. And none of that. It's get out and it's over. That's how it goes.
USAID. More than 8,000 USAID employees were sent home by the administration.
Bill Clinton said his goal was to get rid of 100,000 positions in 1993. So what's 8,000?
They're not looking for competency. They're not looking for if you're good at your job. They're looking for pure loyalty tests. And if you don't give it, you will be punished.
And they had to leave the building. And these are folks who had decades and decades of public service serving USAID across administrations, from, George Bush to Obama to the first Trump administration.
Okay, that's nice. But, hey, sometimes all good things must come to an end.
And they were never able to walk back in the building again.
There was no process? No one explained to them why they were being relieved?
To my knowledge, they received an email, and then if they didn't leave the building, they were escorted out of the building.
Well, hey, man, that's how life is. And again, when's the last time you saw people who had been laid off by a company go on 60 Minutes and do an interview, try to make you feel bad for them? When has that ever happened? People lose their jobs every day, man. Don't nobody care. Nobody cares. I mean, the people who are their friends and family, they care, but generally, it's whatever. Let's keep on going.
Randy Chester has worked for USAID 21 years under 4 presidents, 2 Democrats, 2 Republicans. He represents the agency workforce for the American Foreign Service Association.
Now, to all those who have been fired by USAID, my question is, how does what you do help this country go forward? Because this is taxpayer money we're talking about. This ain't no private company.
DOGE arrived at USAID January 27th, and that same day, USAID's top 58 managers were given 45 minutes to get out.
And the thing about it is, people should have seen this coming, because that was a big part of the campaign, reducing government waste, fraud, and abuse. The DOGE agency was announced. Like, this is, you saw the writing on the wall, or at least it should have been. So you got to be ready for what's going to happen next. Am I going to get fired? Are we going to have some kind of reduction in funding? You got to see that this could have been coming.
The 58 senior managers, how would you describe them?
They're the best professionals I've had the privilege to work with or work under. Their integrity is without question. I think to a person, they believe in the mission of USAID and they believe in the ideals of public service.
So there we have it. I mean, that CBS 60 Minutes trying to make you feel bad for those who got fired. Now, look, I'm not doing the cha-cha slide, the merengue, the macarena, none of that stuff because they got fired. I mean, these are real people. They got families or whatever, but I'm not going to sit here and start crying because people lose their jobs every single day. Companies fold, people get fired, whatever it is, it happens. These individuals will be just fine. They're highly educated. They might be highly skilled. I'm not quite sure at what. Maybe they're skilled at counting their hairs on frog legs for a living and getting paid $250,000 to do it. Maybe they're skilled at that, but they got have a lot of education, so they should be able to land on their feet just fine. Now, again, some of these same people, not all, but some would say to the coal miners who all they have is coal mining and they don't make much money at that, they say when the coal mine closes down because of our environmental pet project, learn how to code. Yeah, figure it out, learn how to code. I know you're poor. You're in one of the poorest states in the nation. My home, West Virginia. I know you're poor, but figure it out. You'll be okay. So I say the same thing to them, especially since they have a lot more education and a lot more access to capital and things of this nature than people like West Virginia coal miners do. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to Elon. Shout out to DOGE. Shout out to the government trying to trim the fat. It's already been done. Bill Clinton, Slick Willie, a leftist, a Democrat, did the exact same thing. So why is it different now? And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about DOGE, Elon, the jobs being cut, USAID being shut down? Good thing, bad thing? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I think this is 100% good thing. It is a great thing. If you lost your job, hey, man, it's unfortunate, but people lose jobs every single day. You got to just keep pushing. You know, pull yourself up by your bootstraps and keep on rocking. You get education, you'll be just fine. That's my point of view. I don't feel any kind of way bad. Oh, we don't know what we're going to do. Y'all will be all right, especially since y'all got a severance package. Please save me the waterworks. I don't want to see it. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.